Hello everybody, it's Lisa Brown, Brown Girls Crafting. I decided to go ahead and do a video like this tonight since I'm not feeling just the greatest, but I wanted to get something out. This piece of paper came from Decoupage Central, and when I post the picture, I'll give you the link to this beautiful piece of paper. I picked this charger up at Hobby Lobby. They had them on sale for like $1.50, I think last spring, and I grabbed a couple of them. And I went ahead and I cut it out, and then I decided to go ahead and use my water brush and get that edge off and make it a little bit smoother. I wanted to center myself around that blue flower that was just really, really pretty. Once I got everything taken care of, I decided to put the Mod Podge on the back of the paper and not get a whole lot on the charger. Once we get all that down, I started to line it up on the center of my paper there, and I had a little piece of paper underneath the bottom that just kind of kept showing up and I could feel it. Once I got it all on there and I dried it really good, and then I took some antique gold rub and buff, and wherever it had those black lines I went over it with the antique gold, and then on the inner edge inside the rim there, and also on the outside part of the rim. I wanted this to have more of an elegant look instead of just a shabby look with the black edges. Now the black still shows a little bit, but it just gives a little bit of definition behind the gold. I think this turned out just really, really pretty. Once I got all of that done, I decided to go ahead and put some beads. I had some pearl-looking beads that I decided to put one large one and two small ones. And I started out using my hot glue gun, and then my hot glue gun decided it didn't want to work anymore and advanced the glue stick. And about halfway through, I ended up having to use some fast stick, and it worked really good. Tomorrow, when this all dries, I'm going to make sure I put a coat of Mod Podge on top of the paper. I'm going to let that dry for 24 hours, and then I'm definitely going to put some resin on top of this to seal those beads in so that they won't pop off. I'd hate for this to become a hazard for somebody that has a small child around and it could get choked on it, so I want to make sure those are good and secure. I got down to the end and I didn't have enough room for the two pieces, and so I decided to go ahead and back it off just a little bit because I had a little space up just a little, and so I peeled some of those off until I got to that space. I took off all the old glue there and I started using the stick fast, and it came out perfect. Once we got all this done, I thought I would put it on a little hanger that I got a stand from Dollar Tree. You can get these really cheap. I had a gold one that went perfect with it. I went ahead and put a little bit of that gold antique rub and buff around the edges of the beads. I don't know if I like that so much or not, but when I get those beads secure, I'll buff it out. Have a great day, everybody, and I'll be live tomorrow.